Okay, so hello student. So this is our next video for the ICSE class 11 data representation series, and in this video we are going to see the conversion part. Actually, we have already seen the conversion of decimal to binary and binary to decimal conversion in the previous videos. Okay, and here we are going to see how we can convert octal and hexadecimal number to their binary equivalent or the binary number. Okay, this is very simple. So in the next slide we are going to see how we can do this. So as you can see, octal number to binary number conversion. So here in this slide we are going to see how we can convert an octal number to its binary number. So first of all, like in the previous video also I shared with you, octal number system has a base of 8. Okay, meaning that it has 8 unique numbers 0 to 7. Okay, and each digit of an octal number can have any value between 0 to 7. So that we already know, by the way. So octal number is nothing but has 8 unique numbers 0 to 7 or any combination of 0 to 7. Now in the conversion part we'll see the conversion from octal to binary is performed by converting each octal digit to its 3-bit binary equivalent. Now here we'll see why 3 bits only, or why 3 bits. So for this, because 2 raised to the power n should be equivalent to 8. Okay, 2 raised to the power n equals to 8. Why 8? Because we are dealing with the octal number here. Is true when value of n is 3. To satisfy this formula, the value of n should be 3, and because 2 raised to the power 3 equals to 8. Okay, so to satisfy this formula, the value of n should be 3. That means here for octal number we will have a binary digit or a binary pattern of 3 bits, that is 3-bit binary. Okay, so with this formula we have come to know that we can represent any binary octal number 0 to 7 with a 3-bit group of 3 bits. Okay, it will be a 3-bit combination. As for your convenience, I have made a table over here for octal digit, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and their binary equivalent I have mentioned. For 0 it will be obviously 0 0 0 because we have to complete this 3-bit binary equivalent. So for 1 it is 0 1 1, for 2 it is 0 1 0, and for 3 it is 0 1 1, and then for 4 it is 1 0 0, and so on. And this is quite easy. If you exactly don't know, you can always convert it by simply converting, as let's take an example of 7, converting 7 to its binary equivalent. Okay, like you normally know 6, then you have that you 2 raised to power 3 is 6, and then 1 is as in remainder, and then again 1, and then lastly 1 is left, 2 will be taken as it is. So this is actually 1 1 1, this is that 1 1 1. Okay, so if you have initially not a good idea of the octal to binary equivalent, that you can easily do by converting them like normally we do. Okay, so actually these 3-bit binary pattern represent this octal number. Okay, so later on, once you are used to, then you can easily remember this table also. So based on this table, we are now dealing with a particular example here. Let's say the question is 472 base 8. That means this is my octal number 472, and I want to convert it to a binary equivalent. For this is very easy. The same table I have taken here also for your reference. Okay, now you know how I have got 100 for 4, how I have got 110 for 6. That is simply nothing but a binary equivalent of that decimal number or octal number 6, but it will be a group of 4 where you have a single digit. Okay, then you have to fill rest of the 2-bit as 0 to make it complete 3-bit binary equivalent. Okay, now we have an example like 472 base 8 equals to what base 2. So in that case, this is very easy. What you can do is you can take their binary equivalent from this given table, or if you remember, then you can do without the help of a table also, but initially you will be needing this table. So as you can see, 4 has 3-bit binary equivalent is 100. So we'll mention over here. For 7 it is 111, and for 2 it is 010. That's all. Now you put them all together. Makes 100, 111, and then 010. So this is nothing but the binary equivalent of this given octal number. So I think that is very easy. The only thing is you need to know about this table, and this table, once you will be in practice, you can easily remember the 3-bit binary equivalent for all the octal number from 0 to 7, but initially you know how we have got it. Okay, that is simply dividing that particular number with by 2 and storing their remainder like normally we do. Okay, so as you can see here, I'll do, and this is 11046. Got it? So later on you can always remember this. Now coming to the next, that is hexadecimal to binary, again based on the similar lines like we have already done the octal number one. Now we are coming to hexadecimal. For hexadecimal to binary, as you know, the hexadecimal number uses base 16 and has 16 possible digits, that is 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay, now we are well aware of this. Now conversion from, this should be hexadecimal to binary is performed by converting each binary digit to its 4-bit binary equivalent. This is actually hexadecimal digit 4-bit. There it was 3-bit, here it is 4. Why? Again checked with that formula. 2 raised to the power n should be equivalent to 16. Talking about hexadecimal here. So what should be the value of n to satisfy this formula is 4, because 2 raised to the power 4 equals to 16. Quite simple. So there we were dealing with the 3-bit binary equivalent. Here we will be dealing with the 4-bit binary equivalent. As you can see, 4-bit. So again, for your reference, I have given this table, that is now hexadecimal number and their binary equivalent, but this is the binary equivalent of 4-bit pattern, 4-bit. Okay, where extra bit will be needed, we will add 0 in front of them. Okay, all right. So as you can see here, I have hexadecimal number from 0 to F, that is 0 to 15. Okay, in all 16, and their 4-bit binary pattern with 0000 for the 0, and then for 1 it is 1 actually, but 30 will be added to make it a group of 4 bits, and for 2 it is 10, 2 will be added, then for 3 it is 11, 2 will be added, and so on till 7. But for 8, as you can see, the fourth bit also has a value 1, and then 1000 for 8, and for 9, and for 10, etc., and lastly for 15. So again, initially you will have to compute this, but later on you can remember, or with the practice you will always come to know that what is the binary equivalent of these octal numbers or hexadecimal. But for hexadecimal, make sure that it should be a group of 4. When and if it is needed, then you will have to add extra bit, that is 0, to make it complete. Let's say for 6, if you convert 6 to its decimal equivalent, okay, 6 to decimal equivalent, it comes to 110. But no, you will have to add one more 0 to make it complete. Okay, because it is 4-bit binary equivalent. So I hope that you must be getting it. Okay, so let's talk about hexadecimal to binary conversion. So for your reference, this is the table, and using this table that we can easily do. Now we have an example like 9f2 base 16. Now what is this 9f2? We know that 9f2, f is actually 15. So what we need to do, we need to write 4-bit binary equivalent for 9, 4-bit binary equivalent for F, that is 15, and 4-bit binary equivalent for 2. Okay, then lastly we will put them all together like we were doing in the previous example for octal. So it is 1101, then 1111, okay, and for 2 it is 0010. So nothing, just we need to put them all together makes a binary equivalent of the given hexadecimal number. Okay, so I think that is quite easy if you are referring to this table and initially, but later on once you will be used to, I think you can manually do it without the help of this table. So here in this video we have seen how can we convert octal to its binary equivalent and the hexadecimal to its binary equivalent just by using a 3-bit binary equivalent or the 4-bit binary equivalent for octal and hexadecimal respectively. Okay, so this was the